talks classic rock. Q1043.
Charlamagne the God.
Mr. Kerr, how are you, sir?
I'm fine, thank you. From The Breakfast Club, also a television personality, also a podcast mogul.
Yeah.
And a successful author.
Yes, sir.
2 best-selling books and now a brand new book.
Yep.
And you begin this book by telling everybody that your name is Leonard.
Leonard, yeah.
Leonard.
Yep.
Leonard.
Absolutely.
I didn't know that until I read the book.
Yeah, Leonard McKelvey, Moncks Corner, South Carolina. Absolutely.
I mean, you were introduced to me as Charlamagne back years ago.
Well, that's how it tends to work in radio. They introduce us, by our radio names. Your radio name just happens to be your actual name.
Yeah. But I found out last night that you were going to be on. And Shelley, say hi.
Hi,
Oh, hey,
Charlamagne
Shelley. I
the
didn't see
God.
you. Good morning, Shelley. How are you on the screen?
I'm doing fine. So nice to have you join us.
Absolutely. Happy to be here.
And I felt kind of bad because ordinarily if I have an author on, I read the book. But, I was handed the book this morning.
You could listen to it. It's only 6 hours and 40 minutes. It's called Get Honest or Die Lying, Why Small Talk Sucks. I kept it short on purpose.
Okay, but you see, as soon as this book was handed to me, it kind of freaked me out.
Why?
Because the title is, as you said, Get Honest or Die Lying.
Were you lying when somebody handed you the book, Jim, and you thought it was a sign?
No, it's Get Honest or Die Lying. Why Small Talk Sucks.
Yep.
Okay, that's the subtitle. Why Small Talk Sucks. Mm-hmm. I've engaged in small talk with you almost every morning for years.
No, it's meaningful. We say good morning, or you'll say, hey, I saw you on something. Like, we have actual conversation. Like, it's not like pointless, meaningless rhetoric that, you're just making just because you feel like you need to say something to somebody.
Okay. Well, I remember about a week and a half ago we had a conversation about your rather extensive interview in the New York Times, which I found so impressive.
Thank you.
The way that you handled it, especially since it was largely political, and those types of interviews are fraught with danger. Mm-hmm. And you managed to come through it unscathed.
I'm not a political pundit. I'm just a, concerned, tax-paying citizen. And so, I express those thoughts and express those emotions, and a lot of those emotions and, feelings and things that I express when I'm talking about politics literally come from the people. Because as you know, we got access to everyday working class people every morning, and we get to talk to them and really get to hear what's on their mind. And I'm just walking down the street having conversations with, parking attendants or, the person at the corner selling, coffee. I talk to these people. I engage with these people, and I get to see what's really on their mind, from New York City to New Jersey to being home in South Carolina. So I'm just, reflecting what I'm hearing the people saying.
Well, you're a small-town South Carolina guy.
That's right.
Who became, a pretty big-name entertainer in the big city. Mm-hmm. And your show is on in, 100 different cities?
100-plus markets, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
The Breakfast Club.
It's been very, very successful.
Yep.
And you've taken advantage of that platform that you have to engage your audience on many subjects that are important to you and also important to the people who listen to you. For instance, a very important conversation on the subject of mental health.
Yes, indeed. I started going to therapy in 2016, and, it was life-changing for me because, I've always dealt with anxiety and, bouts of depression. And so just once again, having conversations with people and thinking that, those feelings or that thing that you're experiencing is just something that you're experiencing. But when you start having conversations with others and they start talking to you about their anxiety and their depression and, how they, actually dealt with it, by going to therapy, that's what made me start going in 2016. And it's been a life changer for me.
Well, you have been in the unique position, because we've talked about this before, where you can be favorably quoted on MSNBC and favorably quoted on Fox News on the same day.
It's actually funny, though, because it's just all about narratives. One thing I give Fox News credit for, they do not stray away from their narrative at all. You could say 99% negative things about let's say a Donald Trump, but that 1% negative you say about Biden, they will take that and they will push that as their narrative all day long. They don't care that you had anything negative to say about the other party. If you take that 1% negative about the party they don't like, they will push it. I respect it. I respect the fact that they stick to their narrative. I wish that the left did that more, but the left ends up responding to the right's narrative. So therefore, who's controlling the narrative the whole time? The right.
And I was also the person who told you that juror number 4 in the Trump trial was one of your listeners.
I think it was 5.
Juror
five.
number
Yes.
5.
Yep. I saw. You told me that, and then I looked at it because you told me that, and I was like, really? And then I looked it up, and then Fox News ran with that too. They called it the Charlamagne juror. That's what they called it.
Well, you have to get back to your show.
Yes.
But this book is about improving communication between people in the world.
Yes, it's called Get Honest or Die Lying, Why Small Talk Sucks, because I want us to stop lying to ourselves first and foremost, because I think that we wake up every day and we tell lies to ourselves and then we volunteer those lies to other people, and that's why the conversation is so small, because we make a lot of macros nowadays, and now when the macro issues come across our desk, we don't even know how to talk about them if we choose to talk about them at all.
All right. Well, this afternoon, 1 o'clock, Barnes & Noble, 5th Avenue.
That's
in
right.
Manhattan. You're going to do a book signing there.
Yep.
And then at 5 this afternoon, you'll be at the Barnes & Noble in Paramus for another book signing.
That's right.
And congratulations, Get Honest or Die Lying, Why Small Talk Sucks.
Go pick it up. Brand
new book. This is book number 3.
Yes, indeed.
Black Privilege and Shook One, both bestsellers.
New York Times bestsellers. Thank you, everybody out there that picks up my book, and I hope y'all pick up this one, too.
All right.
Thank you, Mr.
Thank you so much for dropping by. 642 here at Q104.3.
New York's classic rock, Q1043.